Welcome, everybody. It's Scott Riley with the Market Update Desk, NMLS number 157524 and Mortgage One. Today's August 7th. What does that mean? We get the jobs report from the BLS, and it comes in at a monster swing and mess, not only for current, but revisions also. Let's break this down and go into a little bit of detail. So the report today, the headline BLS report, showed a net negative 23,000 jobs. That's not a positive. That's a job loss of 23,000, well below the expectations of plus 80,000. Now, adding to the disappointment, we see these revisions, these happen for up to 2 months after the report. So this is the May and June revisions. The totality was a combined 103,000 jobs gone, never there in relationship to what the original report were. The May was originally reported at 172,000, revised down to 129,000 in last month's report, and then once again in this report shed another 63,000 jobs. Essentially, one third of the original report was never there. It was air. It was not in existence. June was originally reported at a very weak 57,000 jobs, which was now revised lower to 20,000. Several of the Fed members, remember Kashkari, Logan, uh, voted for a rate rise in the Fed funds rate, and they mentioned the stability of the jobs market. We're seeing clearly that it's the opposite of that, that they are not looking at real time numbers and indicating what's really going on. So within the report, we're seeing leisure and hospitality lost 40,000 jobs. Some of that is coming from the fall off in the World Cup runoff of those temporary jobs. Retail trade, which is an economically sensitive sector, lost 19,000 jobs. Local government education saw 50,000 job losses, which is an unusually big negative number, especially this time of the year in the sector. So we're kind of curious where these numbers are coming from. Private education and health services continue to be the strongest. That grew 25,000 jobs. Now, there's two reports. That's the headline report. The household report is where they actually pick up the phone and talk to people. That showed that unemployment rate fell, what appears at least to be a positive thing, from 4.2 to 4.1%. Now, that's a great headline, but when we look at why that happened, it's actually a negative thing. There were 87,000 jobs lost within the report, but because 264,000 people left the labor force, they're no longer counted in that unemployment calculus. So that's why the unemployment rate fell. It's people leaving the workforce, not more people getting jobs. So very important to understand why unemployment fell. Now that was the U3 report. What we tend to look at more here is the all-in U6 rate. That's where everything gets added back in from people leaving the labor force. That remained at 7.9%. So you can see those differences there. Within the report, we see there were 106,000 jobs lost, full-time jobs lost, and 138,000 part-time jobs gained. So we lost 106 full-time, gained 138 part-time. That math doesn't work. As they say, that math doesn't math. So overall, very weak report. What we're seeing from that is mortgage-backed securities bounced back today from a negative late afternoon yesterday. So we're up 22 basis points in MBSs. 10-year Treasury gained back a little bit in yield. It fell 2 basis points to 4.64. There's a very tough customer floor level of support at 4.59 that we're watching very closely. We just have not been able to get close and break through and sustain that. Oil, that is at 85. The Dow is up 85 today. We did lose ground yesterday. Oil up 95 cents, so not too much, and that is at 78.24. An important line to that is staying under 80 in the oil markets. No one, every weekend we get to now, you've got to hold your breath because you're not sure what's going to happen geopolitically, specifically within the Strait of Hormuz with shipping. There's a lot to be found out about what a potential ceasefire is going to be. I read one area that said, well, ships can go through except for Israeli ships and United States ships. Well, that's not going to fly. So if we get a pause in things, I don't think it's going to be for a very long time. So lots to look at. We are on call this weekend, 616-293-2189. We can help you get pre-approved, work with your realtor, and use our realtor relationships to look to get your offer accepted. Give us a call. We'll run numbers for you. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Take care.